Hi, welcome to Something to Talk About. My name is Taco, and I'm here to do a Star Wars lore vid. Yo, it's my second one. My first one was Luke Skywalker, and I've been doing a lot of shorts lately for Star Wars, just stuff that all Star Wars nerds should know. And yeah, I'm excited to do this one because it's one of the weirder characters. I'm probably just going to be covering really weird characters, but it's one of the weirder characters. You know who it is because you clicked it, and it is Ma, the amazing flying torso. So, this guy's from one of the video games, and he is fantastic. And he's great. It's a cool little story. If you've ever been here before, subscribe. But maybe wait until you see if you actually like this before you subscribe. That way you don't have to unsubscribe later. I do all these in one long take. I have it all prepared. I film it all at once. That way, I don't edit, but also you get the improv feel, right? So, yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's talk about Ma, the amazing flying torso. Uh yeah. So let's just jump right into it. Ma the Jedi. Ma was a male Boltrunian Jedi Knight born around 65 before the Battle of Yavin. That's what BBY stands for, is before the Battle of Yavin, if you were not aware. And sorry. Who served in the Galactic Republic during its waning years, a selfish individual. Ma refused to take on a Padawan, instead focusing on rooting out any sign of the dark side as a member of the Jedi Shadows, the Jedi Order's investigation corps. Investigation corps? So he was a Sentinel, right? Wouldn't that be that's kind of what I was getting out of that, right? You're hunting down the dark side. It's all about, yeah, it's kind of what Jedi Sentinels did. All right. The Jedi Order's Investigation Corps, after the end of the Clone Wars and the Sith revenged, that time when the Sith was all revenging, Ma became one of the Jedi fugitives on the run from the Empire's agents, and during the early stages of the Great Jedi Purge, he was listed at being at large by the HoloNet News as Ma the Boltrunian. I've never seen another Boltrunian, so they could just say it's the Boltrunian. Boltrunian? Boltrunian. What a Boltrunian. This is real Boltrunian. All right. Let's talk about when he's joining Jarek. Inquisitor Jarek, a fellow Jedi survivor and just a general jerk, tracked Ma's group of shadows. Sorry, I got a cough there. Tracked Ma's group of shadows, taking advantage of the Boltrunian's self-oriented nature. Jarek succeeding in turning Ma to the dark side of the Force, and they slaughter the rest of the shadows together. Wow, what a jerk. Taught by Jarek to smell the fear of his prey. What's the fear of your prey smell like? Is it like raw eggs? Like sulfur? All right. I was just wondering. Ma became a servant of Emperor Palpatine and one of the earliest members of Jarek's 7 Dark Jedi crew. The crew of the 7. Not the 7 from the boys, but Jarek's 7. During his service of the Emperor, Ma traveled to Droman Kos, a forgotten world that had once been looming Sith colony. There, Ma discovered a group of hungry and desolate Tusken Raiders. Weird! This is a weird story. I'm about to say a really weird story. What are Tusken Raiders doing on an old Sith planet of Droman Kos? You're really far from the Dune Sea, dude. All right. The group was worshipping a former Jedi Master turned Tusken, Ashrad Het, a tribal leader named, Ashrad Het, who had been shunned by the majority of Tusken Raiders on their homeworld of Tatooine for being defeated in battle, having his mask removed from his face in a disgrace of the Tusken Raiders' customs. I believe the fight that Asherad was against. I believe that was Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know he also, I'm pretty sure, chopped his hand off too. I didn't have this information ready, but I'm pretty sure that was Obi-Wan. And Asherad eventually became, wait for it, Darth Krayt of the One Sith Order. So, whoa, that's crazy. Ma recognized the group, or not recognized, reorganized, that's a way different word, the group into a swoop gang loyal to the Empire. What? Isn't that the weirdest story? So you got this old Jedi who ran into a bunch of Tuskens, but way away from tattooing, and then reorganized them into a swoop gang that was loyal to the Empire. It's so weird and random. Okay. That's why I had to bring this up. Reorganized them and transported them to the ancient planet Jedi homeworld of Tython, where they were tasked of robbing graves and valuable Force artifacts. The Boltrunian, that's this guy, Ma, christened his newly formed squad of enforcers who honored Het by exposing their flesh as the Grave Tuskens. They don't really come up again, and I didn't really need to talk about them. I can tell Ma's story without bringing up the Grave Tuskens, but it was so goofy and weird. I felt like I had to. So yeah. Oh, let's do this. All right. Search for the Valley of Jedi. That's Jarek, by the way. With Palpatine's death in 4 ABY, that's 4 years after the Battle of Yavin, which was Empire Strikes Back, by the way, or Return of the Jedi is when he died. Ma continued his service as to Jarek as one of his 7 Dark Jedi, alongside Saris, Baka Seka, Gork, Pakroon C, Picaroon, good old Picaroon C, Booty, that's a great name, and Yun. Ma and the other Darksiders joined the Inquisitor's search for the Valley of the Jedi, a Force nexus containing numerous Jedi and Sith souls, and the source of great power, which was sought to harness, which Jarek sought to harness. So, Valley of the Jedi is its own huge thing. So this is like one little clip note in the entire Valley of the Jedi is when Jarek is searching for it. But if you want to learn more about it, you got to really check out all of the Brotherhood of the Sith, like Brotherhood of Darkness, right before the Rule of Two started, because it was the site of this big battle between Jedi and Sith. And then Darth Bane put out well, he didn't do it, but he convinced somebody to put out the thought bomb, which killed all of them. So all the souls of Sith and Jedi made the Valley of the Jedi just really powerful Force nexus. Okay. So, anyways, the more, where was I? In 1 BBY. Oh, wait. So now we're going back in time. Jarek had led an assault on the moon of Sulon, good old Sulon, to capture Morgan Katarn, a member of the Alliance to Restore the Republic, also known as the Rebels, and daddy of Kyle Katarn, aka one of my favorite Jedi. After failing to extract information regarding other rebels from captured Katarn, Jarek decapitated him, chopped his head off, and Ma personally thrust the man's head on a spike in the city of Baron's Head for display. So Ma was there when Jarek killed Kyle Katarn's dad, and Ma was like, "This is a pretty cool head," and stuck it on a spike. What is this guy, Guy Fawkes? What are you sticking his head? Just good old Morgan Katarn. Why you disrespected his head like that, Ma? All right, hunting Q-Ron. In 5 ABY, Jarek discovered that the Jedi Master of Q-Ron, that's this guy right here, had some clues of the location of the Valley of Jedi and tracked him down to the planet of Darlo, where Ron was on a mission in behalf of the New Republic, blockading the planet with his Superstar Destroyer. Jarek had a Superstar Destroyer, guys, called the Vengeance. Jarek dispatched Ma, Saris, and Yun to the surface to capture Ron. The assault team consists of 2 skimmers, so just 2 ships, One carrying the three Dark Jedi, and a helmsman. You know, somebody's got to fly. Dark Jedi can't fly. They can. I'm just kidding. And the other Imperial troops. Using his ability to sense fear in his prey, Ma navigated the skimmers ships, following Ron's trail. The skimmer with the troops was destroyed by one of the members of Ron's group, buying the rest of Ron's team time to reach the CR-90 Corvette. As Ron's team departed the planet, Duno D, that's a guy's name, attempted to attack the dark side schemer, so the one that has those three on it, Saris, Ma, and Yun. Ma spotted it first, roared and armed his lightsaber to defend himself, but the vessel was caught up in the Corvette's slipstream, and the helmsman could not handle the controls and rammed the schemer into a stone wall. Ma jumped in time, and everyone aboard survived the impact, but the helmsman, angered, becomes a mission's failure. Ma beheaded the helmsman. Oh, never mind. So the helmsman did survive, but Ma, being just a general jerk, chopped his head off anyways. All right. Ma, you jerk. So what's all going on? So they're at a planet, right? Q Ron and all of his guys, and then they send down these skimmers, and both of them get destroyed, and now they're being captured by Ron in his Corvette. Ron, however, was not able to leave the planet as the Corvette was caught by the Vengeance's tractor beam, the big superstar destroyer. And his companions were escorted to the ship's bridge, where Jarek, accompanied by his Dark Jedi, and after expressing his disappointment to the trio because they failed to capture him on the planet, he started interrogating. Wow, I can't talk today. Ron, asking him questions. The Jedi Master refused to answer, and even though the rest of his team were executed one by one and was released by the guards only to be tortured by Ma. Here he goes again. Ma just likes torturing. After the floor was stained with the old Jedi's blood by Ma's blows, he expected for one more kick from the big creature, when Jarek stopped him and approached the Jedi. With a touch, he ripped the information from Ron's mind. So this is a thing that you later see Kylo Ren do. Well, I feel like this is one of the first times we really kind of see somebody other. Well, Vader probes, Luke's mind. Oh, you have a twin sister, but like just straight out, like just ripping it out of minds. I don't remember seeing that much before this. I might be wrong. I didn't read all of Legends as it was coming out, right? I haven't read all Legends, period. But I remember the first time I heard about this, the only reason I'm saying this is because I thought that was insane. Like, he doesn't do a Jedi mind trick. He's just tearing it right out of his head. So, which is crazy. Also the fact that, Q Ron's a Jedi Master, so you're doing that out of a Jedi's mind, right? Where am I? Ron's mind. Ma then bore witness as the Jedi Master force-pulled Yun's lightsaber from his belt and attacked the 7 Dark Jedi. Bach and Saris failed to stop him, and Ma lunged at Ron, but the Jedi performed a Saw-Took maneuver and seared Ma's legs from his torso. Whoa! By the time the medics had arrived at the bridge and pulled him clear, leaving his legs behind. Moments later, Ron was killed by Jarek. So Inquisitor Jarek ended up killing Ron anyways, but he did get some information from his mind before all that. But what did Ron do? He cut Ma in half. Does that stop Ma? No. You think this dude here is gonna stop when he gets cut in half? Nope. The bifurcated the bifurcated Boltrunian. Why did I choose that title? It's so hard to say. Drawing from his hate, Ma survived his injury. He replaced his lower body with a repulsor lift carriage to preserve mobility, but soon learned to rely on only the dark side by mastering the art of force flight. Flying became Ma's second nature, enabling him to become one of the few persons who appropriated the Tripzist style of lightsaber combat. I have a short on Tripzist. I have one on almost every lightsaber combat, the 7 normal ones, and then all the other ones I can find. Tripzist is great. It's the flying lightsaber combat. Ma's one of them. All right. Where was I? I always get interrupted by myself. Style of combat, initially developed by airborne Skatiri Magistrix Kaharis. He used a devastating spinning lightsaber attack. From that time on, Ma also became known as the Half-Man. In the meantime, having read Ron's thoughts, Jarek learned that the man who he executed years ago, Morgan Katarn, had known the coordinates to the valley and had hidden the information, leading it to somewhere on his farm. Oh, leaving him. So I don't know. I wrote all this wrong. Salon. Eventually, this is all that's important. Eventually, Jarek located the valley on the planet of Rusan and moved his forces there, establishing an evacuation operation. Evacuation operation on the planet's surface. That's great. Evacuation operation. Sorry, I gotta. All right. Where was I? Now we're getting to the end. If you're wondering, this game is all on Dark Force, Jedi Dark Forces 2, which is absolutely fantastic. Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 is the name of the game. Anyways, so let's move on and talk about the Torso versus Kyle. I just had the thought that I haven't said it yet. Because, I'm too busy talking about in-game stuff or in-universe stuff, so I'm not like, during the events of this video game. All right. The Torso versus Kyle. Soon, however, Jedi Kyle Katarn infiltrated the Rusan in an effort to stop Jarek, having sensed his... maybe this was just Dark Forces, not 2. Oh my god, I'm all confused now. All right. Ma awaited Katarn at the docking platform, accompanied by Jarek's personal cargo freighter and the Sulon Star. As soon as Katarn emerged from the turbo lift, Ma took him to the platform. Ma attacked him from behind, knocking him onto a walkway, goading him into a duel. Katarn, however, taunted Ma with remarks about how Ron had cut him in half. Enraged, Ma charged at Katarn with great speed, but the Jedi evaded the attack and injured Ma severely with a counterattack. Ma fell onto the walkway and taunted the man with detailed remarks about his father's death. Trying to force Katarn to kill an unarmed opponent and give in to the dark side. So Ma is down on the floor and he's like, "Oh, I put your dad's head on a spike, yo," and he's just trying to let him to give in to the dark side because Darksiders, misery loves company. Darksiders love doing that crap, right? So as soon he partially succeeded in this as Katarn, what word am I looking for? Accustomed to his anger and acquisition. What word did I use here? Whatever. He had come to his anger and it killed the injured and mobilized an unarmed mob. Wow. However, when Jarek arrived immediately afterwards, offering Katarn a chance to join his group by killing Katarn's partner, Jan Ors, who had been captured by the Imperial forces, the young Jedi refused to do so and stayed true to the light side. Ultimately, Katarn was able to defeat the remaining Dark Jedi and kill Jarek, preventing him from possessing the power of the Valley. Okay, there we go. I stumbled. I don't know why I let my text get so small, but and I write this and then I don't remember what I write. Okay, so that's the story of the Amazing Flying Torso. I love this story. He's one of my favorite, like, really obscure, random Star Wars characters. Mob, the Flying Torso. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. I just wanted to let it out there of this really cool Dark Forces character. So, and one of Kyle Katarn's kills. Not one of his big ones. Like, I put Dasan up there for him, and then throughout, there's a lot more really big ones. But Ma's great. Okay, thank you for watching, guys. And I have a couple other Star Wars. I have one other Star Wars lore video as of now, and I have a bunch of A Song of Ice and Fire lore videos. Click what's on the screen now to navigate through my channel and check out a bunch of stuff. And yeah, besides that, stay away from the dark side, because it might turn you into a flying torso of death.